I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. What is up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Fragrance Familia. It's your boy Johnny Sense here, back with another live. We're live. We live. Man, have you guys seen the new trailer to the Bride movie? I don't know about y'all, but that shit look crazy, man. That shit look crazy. But what's up, Fragrance Familia, man? Glad to have you guys today here on a Monday, first day of the week. Hopefully you guys have been having a good day. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys out here well, eating a good dinner, maybe getting some a little something or whatever it may be. Hopefully you guys are having a good start of your week. And today we're gonna start this week with some fragrance talk, man. If you guys can't hear me or anything, definitely let me know. But what is up? What is up? Let me know your fragrance of the day and what you put on and what's cracking. You know what I mean? Today I had let me stop this real quick. Today I had what I have on today, man. I had Dua. I had on the Dua brand. Since we're heading into the spring and summer here, since we're headed into the spring and summer, I figured it's time to bring out some of these duas. I haven't been able to wear anything, and I said, hey, today's a good day. It's about to be 70 degrees. You know what I mean? So I said, let's do it. So I put on Rendezvous, okay, by the Dual brand. Rendezvous. And I had to put on some of this Royal Elixir. No lie, you guys. I think this was definitely, y'all see it right there, a Duo original. I think this thing is so original that I think this was pretty much one of the first elixirs to really like come out here and maybe even get a little bit of hype, man. But this tropical goodness for those pineapple lovers out there. Maybe a little smoked pineapple, but don't think of Ventus. We're not getting bergamot here. We get more tropical pineapple with some violet leaves. You know what I mean? Some musk in there. And Rendezvous over here is supposed to be pretty much one of my favorite fragrances, and I think one of the best fragrances for men out there, especially for beginners, the YSL Loam. Which that bad Larry is gonna be this one right here. This fragrance right here, YSL Loam. Fingerprint magnet, y'all can see that all over there, dude. If anybody want to see my fingerprints, all you gotta do is come over and see my fragrance collection. You'll see it everywhere. But this right here is what I call the magnet. This is what I call. You remember, boy? He like what the magnet? This that right there. This like that Glock you put under your pillow for safety. You have this by your nightstand, ready to pop, pop, pop. Put on your PJs. Put it on the bed sheets. Put it anywhere, man. Wow, Salome, great fragrance, great fragrance. I think anybody who's starting off their fragrance collection, anybody who likes subtle. I actually remember when I had a conversation with somebody else on live, and he was talking about a good fragrance for his dad. For those who like clean and subtle, no brainer, no brainer right there. And yeah, that's pretty much what I had on today. And what did you guys have on today? So we'll keep it moving, right? We're gonna go ahead and talk about the topics for today. Which for me, I do apologize that I haven't been here on the live earlier. I've been trying to be more consistent and trying to be here almost on a day-to-day basis. But life be lifing and life be lifing too hard sometimes. So I am trying to do better in that. And yeah, I had birthday going on. I had a family birthday on Sunday. Friends turning up. Car problems. I just had some car problems. A whole car valve needs to get, or CV valve. Is that CV axle needs to get replaced? You know what I mean? This is going crazy out here, but here we are. Here we are. Here we are. So today we're gonna do pretty much. We're gonna do some little live reaction videos. I want to go over some of my favorite content creators I'd like to go over, or the ones that I kind of like to see reviews over, pretty much. And I know there's one video where there's gonna talk about this magnetic right here, which has been getting some buzz. You know what I mean? So I think it'd be really cool. I like the fragrance. I think it's a pretty good, versatile fragrance, just all arounder. To me, it smells like three fragrances in one. So, if you like that sort of stuff, hybrid, tribids, and all that good stuff, well, then definitely want to check out, and nice to hear somebody else what they think about it, right? So I think that's pretty much what we're going to do. And yeah, let's just talk about fragrances. You let me know what you like, what you don't. Today, like I said, I had on these Balleris. These are my Balleris right here from the Dual brand. All right, and they're good, man. They're good. They're so small. I don't know if you guys ever seen fragrance bottles this small. If you guys can see, 30 ml, 1 fluid ounce. They're babies, but they're extraits, man, and they cannot take. Oof, they are strong, my boy. They are strong. So before we get into this action, I'm starting off this wrong, this day wrong, this live wrong, man. Y'all know we gotta turn up, man. If you guys are out here, if you guys have made it to today, you guys survived the weekend. You have fought off all these Tatianas out here from the clubs. You survived the dark alleys of these hoodlums. You made it home. No bruises. Got this. You got this. You got this. Yeah, buddy. You got this, man. What's up? What's up, Fragrance Familia? What is up? How are you living today? How are you doing? It is your boy Johnny Sense here. Yes, let's turn up. It's Monday. We made it. We survived the weekend. We are here. We got this. If you ever had any doubt, no. That's all you gotta say. I got this. Man, let's get straight into it, man. Let's go ahead and talk about these videos, bro. So let me go ahead and show you guys real quick. You know what I mean? We don't want to turn up too hard. We want to get straight to business. So this is one of my, content creators that I've been liking a lot recently. Definitely go check him out. After this live, I'll definitely put in all his links and stuff of the videos we talk about. But he's similar to me in the sense that we seem to have a similar taste. He seems pretty brutal and pretty honest about his reviews. Some people like to sugarcoat it a little bit. They like to sound pretty with their words, like, "Oh, this fragrance smells, it's a 6. It smells. No, it's buns. It's buns. It's buns. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? It's buns. Just say that it's hard to wear or it's not for me. And just say who it might fit to. But you know what I mean. Don't try to sugar. You're lying to yourself, my boy. You know what I mean. So we're gonna check out this one of my boys right here. Just smell better. Definitely go check him out. Check him out. But the video that I had in mind that I wanted to see was actually this one right here. Let me go ahead and click this one. Why? Because right there on the thumbnail, he has the Thriller. And I got that. Hold up. Hold up. I got that. I got that. I got that. I got that. Hold up, y'all. Boom. Right here. Stop playing with your boy. I got it right here. Right here.
Hello, welcome back to Just Small Better.
Let's check it out, man.
Fragrance channel in the world. We got some really hyped up fragrances to unbox. I'm talking brand new releases like the brand new Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mille in Blue. I've never smelled this before. haven't even looked at the notes, it's gonna be a total surprise. The brand new Game of Spades Emerald Extra de Parfum. I just unboxed all in. It was beautiful. So now let's see what this one can do. And the highly requested Car Cologne times Mason Assar Thriller.
This one right here, Thriller.
A little bit risky.
He's another content creator, collabed.
Masculine cologne. So let's see what it's
So
all
we're here
about,
to see
man.
what's up.
Hopefully
Yep.
it's a banger. Without further ado, let's start with.
I already gave my 2 cents on it. Definitely amber leather. So if you guys are some leather fans out there, you know, definitely this Thriller.
Here we have.
And it's supposed to. This one right here is supposed to be like YSL's private line number 6. Pretty cool bottle. It's great, heavy.
So not too bad.
But he gonna talk about this in this video, so we gonna hear what he got to say for it too.
And I got the 125 milliliter bottle. Here it is. Such a cool looking bottle, bro. Kind of looks like Ultra Male, but more shiny and a little bit darker.
Hey, bro, hold up. Hey, yo. Let me know, bro, for real. Should John Paul Gaultier continue making these mother effing like human body bottles, or should they really like switch it up? Should they really start like, you know, maybe making another designer bottle out here? I think off the top of my head, it's a Monday, forgive me, but I feel like off the top of my head, I can't think of another John Paul Gaultier, you know, that's new, that's not in this type of bottle. Come on, man, we gotta switch it up, man. We gotta switch it up.
There is another Jean Paul Gaultier coming out, but that is a Le Beau. I think it's called Le Beau Narcisse. So let's see which one's going to be better. I think this one's going to be better, not going to lie. Let's see what it's all about.
Oh, what the hell?
Ooh, okay. Okay, I really like it. I really like it. I don't know what it smells like, but I think I like it because it keeps a similar powdery feeling and it resembles La Melle Parfum, which is like.
You want to buy? What's up, Dan Joe? You want to buy 24 Real University? Yes, sir. I haven't heard of that one, but after this video, I'm gonna definitely check it out. Though that sounds like it's a banger. I like that.
Okay, so Fragrantica was not helpful at all, bro.
Hoping you have a great day, my guy. Hopefully you having a great day. Oh no, not the anus, bruh. Anise, by the way.
What that is, but it smells really nice, I guess. Kind of like masculine and bubblegum sweetness at the same time.
Oh no, bro. Have y'all had that? The anise? Anise?
Aquatic aspect, but still really powdery and a little bit of spices. Kind of like just floral and fresh at the same time.
Bro, JPG really need to change these bottles, bro.
Kind of like the bubblegum sweetness and like a candy-like feeling, and I do like flower edition for that aspect. So what can I say? Really impressed with this Lamel in blue. I feel like it's gonna be pretty underrated just because I feel like people are expecting something totally different. But for a Lamel flanker, not bad. And I'm actually gonna say it's a good flanker. Jumbo Gatia as a brand is really like complicated or like 50-50 divisive. For example,
what y'all thinking, man? Shit.
Absolute. I don't even like Ultra Male that much.
Dang, he don't like Lamel Elixir, Absolute, or the Lamel.
Lamel Blue is kind of a mixture of both.
The Lamella Parfum is a banger, though. I ain't gonna hold you. This one is a banger.
I'm gonna give it like a solid 8 out of 10. Really impressed with this brand.
Okay, this fool's that says that he's really impressed, but I want to see something real quick. Where these damn notes at? Boom. So these are the notes of the new Lamel Le Bleu that homeboy's talking about over here. All right, just to show you guys real quick. So all I see is a buttload of lavender, which lavender's cool, y'all. I ain't got no beef with lavender, but I'm just like, dang, bro, like again. Like, how many lavender different variations can you really make out here for us to really be like, oh wow, like that smells really good? I don't know. The anise definitely, the anise definitely sounds like something different. You know what I mean? Mixing it with that lavender definitely could bring something different. I like the three right here is lavender, anise, and amber. I don't think you see that often, right? So that's cool. That's cool. I like that. You got a little sweetness in the background, a little spiciness, and a little floral musky action. Cool. That just seems like a cool fragrance. Definitely seems like a cool fragrance in this brand, Jean Paul Gaultier. They make cool, great fragrances. They do. They really not that bad. They could be a little overpowering. Um, it might have something in their backbone of the DNA that I heard that makes some people, might be a little more sensitive to, or they just might not mess with it as well, right? But they make pretty good fragrances. I'm just saying, like, probably for what they gonna charge for a new fragrance, like at least 120. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'll wait. I'll wait. All right, Dangel, what's up, my boy? Do you prefer tuxedo or baby cat? I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie to you now. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't had baby cat, and I haven't tried any of the any imitations or anything inspired, right, by baby cat. Even though I've heard that it's really good. Okay, I do like vanilla, suede, and leather. I'm like a 50-50. It really does have to be made well for me to my liking, but I have heard that Baby Cat does really good with the leather department, and I believe it has a lot of black pepper in, which black pepper is cool, but I catch myself lately like black pepper is one of those where it's like cool, fresh, spicy, but it doesn't. I think I prefer other fresh, spicy notes like ginger, for example. Now tuxedo, my boy, I do like tuxedo, man. Y'all, the cool thing about tuxedo is that is a fragrance when you get your nose on, right? I don't know if you guys are elite out here and y'all smell, the craziest fragrance, all these expensive fragrances out here. But when you're coming up as a newbie, right? And you start getting your nose into more niche and more unique type of scent profiles. Tuxedo was definitely one that I would say uh makes a really good first impression, is unique, right? Um, I unfortunately cannot afford that, my good sir. But I will say that I do, right? Because we're here, I'm all about saving money, smelling good, and saving money. I will spend money on some expensive stuff. Don't play with me now. But sometimes with these fragrances, y'all be surprised how some of these fragrances really smell good out here. This is one that didn't take too long, but as time, kept on going, this fragrance just got better. And this is pretty much, this is pretty much not the one that I wanted to grab. That's the blue, the brown. That's the one, Tarathi Brown. That's supposed to smell pretty much like tuxedo, man. Super great, super great. I love tuxedo. I love the smell. You have to like rose, right? Tuxedo has rose and patchouli. You gotta like patchouli. But man, dude, I don't know what's in this stuff, but this stuff smells like money, dude. I mean, I feel nice every time that I wear it. So I'm gonna have to go with tuxedo, my boy. I'm gonna have to go with tuxedo.
What can I say? Really impressed with this Lamel and Blue. I feel like it's gonna be pretty underrated just because I feel like people are expecting something totally
Oh
different.
no, what
But
the hell?
for a Lamel flanker, not bad, and I'm actually gonna say it's a good flanker. Jumbo Gatia as a brand is really like complicated or like 50-50 divisive. For example, I didn't like the Lamel Elixir. I didn't like the
Oh,
Lamel
we already
Elixir
went over that,
Oxide.
y'all. My bad.
Hopefully, it's a better twist because I'm kind of tired of the OG. So I'm at 55 to $80. And it is the type of bottle that comes in a
Hell
mini cup, so it's
nah.
only
It's a cool cap
90
though.
milliliters. Let's see what it's all about. Hopefully, it's a little bit different to the just pure Game of Spades Emerald. Hopefully, it's a better twist because I'm kind of tired of the OG. So I'm not really too excited for this one. Okay, a little bit fresher, kind of tones down on the fruitiness, kind of nice for right now. Let me spray it on my arm. Who's training the new guy? What do you mean a new
Man.
show?
Y'all got YouTube Premium? Might have to give me that.
It's really nice for that fact. The fact that it tones down the fruitiness, the synthetic juicy fruitiness that a lot of people didn't like. I don't know if it's a note of a fig in there or what it was, but a lot of
Mm,
people found it non-appealing. It still smells similar to Emerald, so I don't know if I would recommend this. Like if you already own the OG, maybe if you're a big fan of the smell, but you don't like exactly like how juicy Emerald is, this one's a little bit more floral, more powdery, so it might be for you. Still
bro.
unisex though, still kind of feminine leaning. So if you like your masculine
Yeah,
colognes,
that
then
might
this
have to
one
be.
might be for
I'm
you.
gonna check
Other
it
than
out
that though, still
later.
smells really similar, kind of just like a refreshing, fruity scent. Of course, similar to Louis
I want
Vuitton
to hear about
perfume,
this one
which
right
is
here.
$330 or even more. I think that's like the most
This
expensive one,
Dan is supposed
around
to be like
400.
another.
It smells good,
If you
so
like baby
like I
cat
wouldn't buy
tuxedo,
it
right?
Louis
This is
Vuitton
gonna be like a
simply,
private, right?
and I'm happy with my clones. You know, I got
YSL number
this one,
6. That's what
I
it's
got
supposed
the
to be inspired
Ivory.
by.
So final words, I kind of don't see like the big appeal of this one. Like if everyone's gonna be hyping it up, it's softer, smoother, maybe nicer, but I just don't think it's gonna be worth paying a whole other $85 if you already own the OG. Like the difference is not all that. This screams like just money grab. I'll be honest. They thought about a cool bottle design and they said, you know what? Let's call it extra de parfum and let's charge $90, bro, $85, and everyone's gonna buy it because it looks pretty. So final rating,
Look,
I would
boom,
give it like
really
a
quick, really
6.5 out of
quick.
10.
A lot of people are talking about Game of Spades. How Game of Spades was supposed to be considered similar like this stuff, right? Kind of like some of these Middle Eastern fragrances consider like affordable. Some people like to call it cheap or whatever, right? But it's how this company, when they first came out, maybe like 30, 40 bucks, maybe even cheaper when they first came out. Now they're charging like 85 on discounters. Like I think retail it's going ridiculous, like pretty much charging the same as designer. So it's a really interesting and polarizing topic to me. Talking about pretty much how this would be like a clone brand or a inexpensive type of brand. How they're now out here charging like designer prices because of the clout. You know what I mean? So y'all let me know if it's well deserved, the hype or not. So Dan, appreciate you, my boy. You saying what's the most expensive fragrance of your collection? I ain't gonna lie to you, my boy. Uh, I need to up my expensive game because I do. So I'm a sample king, boy. I'm a sample lord, right? I got all the samples. I love samplings. I always look at my people and I always say Fragrance Familia. Try before you buy and sample. Make your purchases count, right? So I smelt a lot of expensive ones. I just don't really own one. One that I had to get was the Cedrat Boise by Mancera. Definitely not super expensive because you already know this on discounters is probably like what under 100 bucks, right? But this is considered niche, so up quality and whatnot. There's a lot. There's a lot out there, but we can get in conversations like imagination and stuff like that, bro. It can get deep. So if you want like the facts, as in like what price wise that I actually spent was the most expensive, it's probably gonna be somewhere up there. But I'm always up if you throw me some good options like the one you just mentioned, 24 Rue University. See, that might be game. Spitting real game out here. Fragrance Type 3000. What's up, fam? What is up? What's up, Fragrance Familia? Yes, sir. Cedric Bosset is excellent. You already know. See, we were talking about leather a little bit earlier. I'm not the biggest leather fan sometimes, but when it's done correctly, like here with the fruity notes and the vanilla, oh man, you just can't go wrong with that, bro. And you got like the little weak ass magnetic cap, but you know what I mean? Great fragrance. Smells similar in the space of Creed Aventus, right? So that's what we on. That's what we on. We gonna keep it pushing, yo. We gonna keep it pushing.
And because it smells good, like alone, if I didn't know any history, any backstory, I would say this is a nice perfume, nice fragrance, 6.5. But the fact
I believe
that
that is good.
it's not
You hear
that
the brand a
crazy
lot, but
compared to like
$85
a
worth,
ranker of something that they already
and that's
released,
on discount.
and it doesn't even smell as good as Game of Spades All In, I say just get all in, man. Just get the orange, Game of Spades all in. It's gonna be way more worth the money and the purchase. And the final one, we got Cologne
Hey,
Rose.
that's what we here
That's what it's
for.
all about.
Let's see what somebody else thinks
So this
about
has
this
to be a good
fragrance. Has
style.
anybody
Like this is a
tried
good
this
style
one?
right now. They had it for a bit. Everyone glazes it, and
Glaze, man.
apparently
Glaze alert.
they all like Wassup Six. So
We
let's
want
see if
the
they
real
like it.
spiel. We
I
here for
think
the
it's gonna be good. I
real
think it's good. Again,
spiel.
Cal Cologne has a way completely different style than me, so
Hmm.
this is a little bit risky, man. Let's see.
I will say that this scent profile is not like what we said, mass appealing for the dads out there. You know, a good knife to have. This is like, by your bed set. Always works, right? Very mass appealing.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Not as
This
dark
one's
as
more
I thought it
unique,
would be, but still pretty
distinct taste,
smoky,
but in a
leathery, and
good way.
incensey. So kind of a
Sorry,
nice
let me not
balance.
interrupt. Go ahead. Go ahead, cut. Do your thing.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Not as dark as I thought it would be, but still pretty smoky, leathery, and
Hmm.
incensey. So kind of a nice balance between that darkness and that sweetness. You know what? It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
Sweetness from the
Nothing
ambers.
anything crazy. Like I've never smoked a real thing, so I'm not qualified to talk about how good of a clone it is. But I've kind of smelled this in like Latafa fragrances, maybe like even Latafa Asad Elixir. Similar style, of course, not the similar notes, but similar style. You can wear this in the same locations. Maybe like a sweeter version of Hawass Viper, but overall, it's pretty nice. Recently I've been getting into my more masculine colognes, especially ones that have like whiskey
And when we're talking
vibe,
about
ones that
masculine, we
goes
talking
like
about like
licorice smell. This is more of like the
leather
greasy,
jacket.
you just
You
type
ride
of
a bike,
cologne.
a
Yeah,
Harley
you're
Davidson
also
type
wearing
of
a leather
masculine.
jacket. Pretty nice though. Pretty nice. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Is it worth the $65? You can probably find something for
Maybe you
less,
could be
but
rocking a
if you're a fan
corduroy
of
with
Cal
this. Yeah,
Cologne
I
and
could
you
see
want to
that.
support them, then this is a banger. It has a pretty nice playful touch to it too, so I'm pretty impressed with this one. Sadly, it is going to be like spring, summer, so I'm not going to be able to wear it too much. I'm
Facts.
going to make sure to pull it off. It's still like 30 to 20 degrees right now, so
Facts.
I'll give you. But if you're a fan,
Facts. Boom. There it is. Black pepper again. Look, let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. Right. So we're here talking about the Cal Colognes, right? Thriller. I had another discussion another day. I think I was on live and we talked about this real quick. Hold on, let me show love to my Fragrance Familia really quick. What's up, y'all? What's up, gang? Dan, my man Dan, is that their take on Creed Aventus? We talking about Cedrat Boise? Yes and no. I'm gonna say no, that it is not the brand. So okay, so Mancera, this is not the brand's take on Creed Aventus. Well, I guess you could, because come on, the inspiration is definitely there, right? And this definitely came after Creed Aventus. Um, but no, there's definitely a lot of elements here that definitely are different. For example, the Creed Aventus has more of a fresh leather because of the birch, and this one has more realistic, animalistic leather type. But because of those fruity nuances that may not be so much in, even though there's a lot of fruitiness in Creed Aventus, right? This just does it different, right? You get more of a creamy vanilla, some more must in there. It's a great fragrance. It's a great fragrance, man. I would say that this one compared to Creed Aventus is going to be a little bit more masculine, right? A little bit darker, right? I think Creed Aventus is a little bit more fresh. So it might be more mass appealing to you, but to me, I like my darker fragrances, my more masculine fragrances. So, yes, sir. Yeah, leather and wood. No, thank you. Well, then that exactly that. This may be one that may not be your thing, right? Here when we're talking about the Thriller Cal Cologne's Thriller, right? This is a fragrance influencer collabed with Mason Azrar. Okay, you see both of the names right there, and they came out with this fragrance. It's cool. It's cool. Cool little packaging and everything. Nothing crazy. Not here to really promote or anything. I'm just here to keep it real with you guys. And this, to me, when I first opened it, right? It definitely smells expensive, unique, dark, mysterious, masculine, all those things. But in the simplest ways that I can describe it to you, and this is why I have these notes pulled up right here, is that to me, off of first impressions, it was smelling more leathery, right? A little animalistic, not as much as this one, right? But still, the leather's there. You do get the creamy vanilla with the sandalwood and vanilla, right? But I get more of those amber, so I'm getting more of like smoky resins, right? So they don't really exactly say, even though benzoin is a resin that kind of smells like vanilla, I definitely do get really strong amber resin type, right? And leather, right? And then of course in the background you get maybe a little bit of spices, a little bit of aromatics there, but for the most, what you're mostly gonna smell is gonna be those things. And to me, it wasn't bad. I'm not the biggest leatherhead. I'm very particular and picky. It could be my nose that is growing and opening its palate to other things, right? So maybe I'm liking things that before I may have not liked as much. But this fragrance, for real, was not that bad. Definitely give it at least like a 6 out of 7. Like he said, it's getting warmer out here, so it really sucks because I'm not able to try it as much, right? To really give it a full wearing and really get to understand it. But I am excited. I am excited about this one. So not one that I would say go ahead and run out and buy. Definitely go super crazy about, but one that I am interested in seeing and what it can bring because there is a lot of glaze alert, big donut glaze on that fragrance. So I'm just trying to keep it real with y'all. I have both, not redundant. No, I wouldn't say so either. Like I said, when we're talking about Creed Aventus since I dropped Blase, what I mean, one gives me more masculinity. Gives me more. Think Creed Aventus as like the young cousin, and this is like the 30-year-old cousin, right? While the Creed Aventus may be like the 18-year-old cousin. That's how I would describe it like that. To be honest, all the clones of Creta Ventus I have smelled is not there yet. What you mean, bro? You mean like it's not there, like they're not getting it at 100%? Or are you saying like, you just don't mess with the Creta Ventus scent profile perhaps? That's the biggest debate with all these affordable fragrances compared to, the originals, which I think I just dropped a video about one that I did with Dior Homme Sport 2021 with this actually bad Larry right here. This bad Larry right here. Did a quick little vid on that, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's definitely a big talk, right? Dior Homme Sport 2021 is about like 120 bucks, right? Well, that one's gonna be 20 bucks. So do I expect a $20 fragrance really to be like really that close to the original? I would hope not, bro, because that would literally like and it's crazy because these affordable fragrances are breaking the internet. So they're becoming so much more hype. They're getting a lot more glaze because the quality now is keeping up. Is keeping up. Now I would say the $20 one definitely gonna be like a $20 fragrance, but some of these affordable ones be like 40 bucks and whatnot, and they they're good. Their quality's not bad. Their quality's not bad at all. So that's another issue at hand, right? But of course, for example, like the Club de Nuit Intense Man, my bad, by Armaf, right? That will never be Creed Aventus, bro. I mean, these niche brands, Parfums and Marley, right? They have what are they called? Captives, right? So they have certain ingredients and combinations and whatnot that are very exclusive and unique to the brand itself that pretty much it cannot be replicated anywhere else. So it just protects the uniqueness of the brand essentially. Who is it? Latafa just came out with one, the Cocoa Pulse. But yeah. So pretty much yeah. That's always going to be a thing. I like to talk about mostly the affordable ones that really, keep up with the originals or really actually kind of worth checking out. But yeah, bro, these affordable fragrances unfortunately will never be exactly like the original. When I did the Dior Homme Sport one, I went with the Dior Homme Sport one. I'm not gonna lie to you, but the difference was definitely there. There's some out here, like I think like the God of Fire colognes, right? I know I smelled one from Mason Alhambra, which isn't like the most expensive smelling brand, right? But I had their God of Fire dupe, and it was smacking, my boy. It was smacking, smacking. I feel like if I would have had that, what's it called? Mason Alhambra, um, Skepter Malakit, bro. I promise, bro. I would have had the honeys like, like, mm-hmm. Definitely would have had the honeys going crazy. But yeah, you heard it from homeboy. He just talked about Thriller just now. This is why I like him because we agree in a lot of those things. This is definitely more of a fall winter type of fragrance. This is definitely a dark, masculine, mysterious type of fragrance. This is one like Cal Cologne. This is unique. Definitely check him out and his style. If his style is more of your liking, well then this will be something that you might be really interested in. I was interested because this is supposed to smell like YSL's number 6. And if this smells like anything like it, well, I'm going to definitely sample it to compare it. I got to. But I've already had this for about a week, and dude, look at that. Woo! Nice spray. But yeah, the fragrance is good. The quality is good. Oh, see, there's something in there, bro. It's like Leon Gray. It's like the Greta Chanel. It's like that tea note. It's like a tea note, but I don't know if it's exactly tea or if it's like the combination of like cardamom with like lemon and vanilla or something. But there's something in there that reminds me of. I think it might be really the cardamom, bro, for real, mixed in with the with some vanilla or something. But it's a good fragrance. Definitely. I'm glad to have it in my collection. When I first got it, I'm not gonna hold you. I was a little sketchy. I was like, "Ugh, this might be a little too tough to wear out here." And I think that it's definitely, maybe not super tough wear, but one that you might be like, "Oh, this one's for like special occasions type." You know what I mean? That's what I would say. But yeah, shout out to Just Smell Better. That was his channel. Definitely go check him out. I think we're actually gonna watch another video from him later. But yeah, you know, he'll get you right. He'll give you honest reviews, as far as I can tell. I don't know, when he was talking about the Emerald one though, I felt like I was getting like a little, yeah, I don't know. And he was talking about the Lamel. Sometimes when he got his own sample store. I'm gonna have mine up and running here shortly too. But I get it. I don't even know. I'm not gonna say that he doing that, but as a professional myself, I could see how like I said, you might be sugarcoating certain things, right? And you don't want to say the truth of what it is, like the Lamel Le Bleu. I'd probably be like, bro, this is another lavender bomb. We're tired of it. Come on, let's get something new out here, right? The Emerald. It sounded like the green bottle, right? Sounded like, here. Let me show you guys the green bottle, right? The green bottle was out here. Um, I think if I recall, he was saying that this is pretty much like a flanker of one that they already made. He said go with another one, right? So I'm like, yeah, $85 and whatnot. I'm good. Like that definitely sounds like a skip for me. And then we just talked about Thriller, but yeah, let me go ahead and keep up real quick. Creed has that smoothness. Yes, sir. And that's why a lot of times that's pretty much what you're paying for. You're paying for the brand, right? But that brand has what? Has quality. So you're also paying for the quality itself. So that's really why this market of affordable fragrances is blowing up so much because, like I said, the quality of some of these fragrances is absolutely ridiculous. They are keeping up with some of these 100. $80, almost $100 20 type of fragrances. Up there. Not exactly that, because like I said, companies like Chanel, Dior, YSL, these upper echelons, they might be having these captives where they got certain ingredients, like I said, that are exclusive. I mean, you even got like a brand like Latafa that is now doing that. They got the new Cocoa Pulse. What's up with that? Cocoa Pulse? But okay. Got me intrigued out here. And schmecking. Yes, sir. Schmecking. When that fragrance schmeck, fucking amazing. When you that's why I like putting a spray behind my neck, because you get that sillage, right? So then when you're outside, you might be inside the office all day and then you want to go outside for a walk, or you're in the car and you go outside the car and you get like that wind smack you, right? You get a little waft of your fragrance and it smack you. Delicious, bro. Delicious. Mutrabi, what's up, my boy? Remember me? Of course I remember you. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting old out here. Y'all probably don't even see these grays, bro. Paint them, bro. But I'm trying to stay stress free out here, bro. But my mind do be like Dory sometimes, bro. So don't hold it against you. But I definitely remember you, bro. I definitely remember Mutrabi. Shout out to Mutrabi. Shout out to everybody. The Dan, Fragrance Time. Everybody who's showing love out here. Yes, sir. I really want to see the Duke brand to take on Jubilation 25 or 40. Yeeh. By Amouage? That's bold, bruh. If I'm right, I believe that is Amouage. I believe that is Amouage. And that, I would say, right, Dan? We just talked about the creed, right? How these affordable fragrances can't keep up with that smoothness. When it comes to Amouage, right? They're beasts when it comes to these resinous, incensey, amber type of smells. So I think that is something that unfortunately, it'll be really tough to imitate out here. This one, if you like ambers, right? I know Amouage is different, bro. They're different. They're beasts in what they do, right? So they are unique. So I feel like it will be tough to really have a dupe brand really imitate an Amouage fragrance, but I know it can happen. And I know somebody's listening right now and they writing down on their notes, bro, because they know what's up. And I know Amouage is becoming more popular out here. I think you got the Halfeti. What's another one? What's another one? I know Kalash. I think they made the Amouage Reflection Man, but right, that's a little bit different. But I know there's stuff out here. So we'll find some. We'll find something. Wild Snow Cat. Yo, what's up, my boy? Wild Snow Cat. I like that. Yes, sir. What is up, my boy? How you living today? Hopefully you having a great Monday. Shout out everybody who's here today on a Monday. If you here on a Monday watching the Johnny Sense live, well then you a sexy motherfucker. You cool motherfucker. You a beast. But you made it, bro. We survived the weekend. If you had any doubt whatsoever that you couldn't, well, let this be proof that you can. You got this. I got this. That's all you gotta say. I got this. Period. Period, my boy. You got this. We all got this. Did you look more into the Dunhill Extreme Desire? Yeah. I don't know if you were there, but we definitely did a deep dive of it. A nice little breakdown, I recall for sure. I know we had other people in the chat. We're definitely we was talking about it. Definitely one that I haven't. I got it in my notes for sure, in my sample notes. So I'm gonna definitely sample that guy out. No doubt, no doubt. Um, let me hook it up, okay? Let's go over this, because Dan, you did say something, okay, guys, and I like to show love to my fragrance familia. So Dan, give me a sec, y'all. Give me a quick little sec, okay? My man Dan said 24 Rue University, right? Oh shit. Okay. This is one of the YSL ones. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Boom. Bet. So this is supposed to be inspired by not this one, but the number six. So this is the 24, right? This is the number six. Cool. And they're from the private line, so they're gonna cost you an arm and a leg, right? But the quality is gonna be schmecking, schmecking. Now, I said that Prada makes some of the best men's designer fragrances out here. YSL is also one of those beasts, 100%. YSL has made nothing but bangers, and I'm glad to see what banger next other than the YSL myself, because we need to move past that. Gucci already did it. Stop playing with them. 4.38. Low votes, 538. That seems good though. 2017, kind of a newer one. Cool. What the hell is a dame? But sandalwood, incense. Oh shit. It's a musk amber animalic smell. Oh, that's unique. So that's gonna be a unique musk smell. I'm thinking like civet and some woods. Cool beans, cool beans. All right, so see, definitely want to check out if you guys like expensive taste. If you guys want something that most likely gonna smell unique, because this doesn't seem like something that would just smell regular schmegular, like a lavender from the Le Male Blue. But we still gonna see what's up with you. Smells like cold attic or airplane air. I'm not gonna lie. If someone was like, "Hey, bro, you smell like cold attic and airplane air," I would definitely be like, 100%, 100%. Best sandalwood fragrance. If you like sandalwood, definitely one probably you gonna like for sure. Came here today to say while going on a boutique tour, I noticed that Westside had these in their boutique exclusive. There were no other fragrances in that boutique, but the black bottle 3. I've had my 3 at the start of COVID, purchased right from YSL. The time they ran for it, if I can remember correct, 280, give or take. Never knew they are exclusives. All right. This perfume exudes main character syndrome. The best perfume from YSL, criminally underrated, which is also a good thing. The holy grail of sandalwood. Again, if you like sandalwood, then it might be one that you want to check out. But yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then Muthrabi, really quick, my boy. You know, we're gonna give a shout out again to that Dunhill Desire. Cause if we talking about it again, I don't know about you guys, but definitely one to check out. And my bad, my boy. I know it wasn't this one. It was the Dunhill Desire Extreme, I believe. Boom! Look, another one for you leatherheads. But like I said, when leather done correctly, like I think the new Boss bottled Beyond, I think it was called, had a bunch of like ginger and leather, but somehow it smelled good. And you got guys like Maluma and who else? And some other big heads. I think like Bradley Cooper was one of them or something. So it's straight. It's straight for sure. So this one, look, another one that probably I gotta check it out, man. I gotta check it out. 3.93 out of 5 with 259 votes. Leather fragrance, blood orange saffron, cypress, clary sage, leather. You did say that this was more of a freshie, I recall, and a lot of compliments. So definitely want to check out, guys, if you guys haven't checked it out. One that might be great to add to the collection. Muth Robbie with the sauce. Amouage is probably your fragrant house. There you go. There you go. And I feel like, see, this could be polarizing, right? But I feel like if you like Amouage, the brand, you like the quality and what the brand brings and what they offer, It's gonna be really tough to find somebody that's gonna do that for you. Cause yeah, like I said, like the $20 fragrance, right, compared to the Dior own sport, you know, to me or to some, in some situations, you might see that as acceptable as like, yeah, I'm cool with that. Like I'll take the 20. I'm not trying to spend that bread. But some people, especially if you a love of the brand, you just probably gonna be upset. I like this fragrance. I ain't gonna hold you. Like it wasn't bad for 20 for ooh, shit. For $20, it wasn't bad at all. But when I compared it on live, compared to the OG, bro, and had to go with the OG. Had to go with the OG. Outlands, yes, Outlands is another big one. My boy Dan. If you want Amwash, I know they got the Outlands dupe. Who got it? Who got it? Who got the Outlands dupe? It's I think it was Rayhan. Yeah, Rayhan Terra. That's what it's called. Rayhan Terra. Under $50, like 40, $50, bro. Boom. You want to check it out? Or let me know. Let me know. I'll get it for y'all, and we can see what's up. The dupe of Reflection Man is not good at all. Yeah, yeah. I figured. I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy out here. That's why I tell folks sample, bro, sample. Even with these affordable, I'll never tell you guys usually go ahead and buy it. Sample before you buy. Sample, sample. I mean, I got look. I'll show you guys really quick. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. But I got a lot, and that's just right there. I gotta move some more stuff around, and I got some more over there in the corner. Yeah, I mean, we got a bunch of different fragrances, right? Um, so one thing that I've learned, or a mistake I guess you can learn from me, is if I could do it all over again, right? And I was more calculated and smart with my bread and with my purchases, right? Because I love fragrances so much. I still do, and I would do more probably than what I do now. But sample these little suckers right here, right? 1 mLs. I always say get the 1 ml. If you run that bit, right? You run it, you're like, damn, I love this one. Boom. I think that's what I did with this one, right? With YSL alone. I sampled it. I got the one, fell in love with it at first. I said, fuck it. I already had this one. I already knew I was going to get it. After some time, I eventually got it. And here we are. I got it, right? I always say, run it up. If you wear the 1 ml in a week, less than a week, you run it up. You're like, oh, no, I need to have that again. Get it again. Or if you like it that much, get the 5 ml. And based on that 5 ml, right? 5 times bigger than the 1 ml, right? If that is gone less than 6 months, then I would say you probably really do like the fragrance enough that you might go ahead and get you the bottle. But if you like, nah, I'm gonna sample some other stuff too, and then you realize you like, oh dang, like I actually like this one more than this one. Well then, bro, you just had bought a whole bottle for no reason because it's not gonna get used. So that's my logic behind it. Shit. Yeah, this collection has only three fragrances: 6, 24, and 37. And they're all bangers, I hear. They're all bangers. I heard the 6 is a banger, right? Obviously, it finally got duped. I don't think none of those have gotten duped. So I think they are underrated, under the radar, right? We just heard that 24 was bussing, right? Bussing. And I don't know about 37, but I'm gonna be 37 eventually here soon. Shit. So we gonna see what's up. You like Beyond? Beyond what? Beyond what? Bed Bath and Beyond? Nah, bro, I think you're talking about the Boss Bottle Beyond, right? I did seem like I did like it. Now, is it one that I like so much that I would go ahead and buy a bottle? Maybe not. Maybe sample it. You know what I mean? Give me that 5 ml if I really liked it, and well, then you know how the story goes. But I smelt it because it came through the mail. I think I got like Sephora, Ulta, one of those things, and they send you like those packets with like perfumes, the little pamphlets that you lift up to smell the fragrance, which obviously is not gonna be like going to the store and spraying it, right? But at least you get like the gist of it, right? And yeah, it smells straight. It smells straight. I like me ginger. You know, like I said, leather done right, cool, and it seemed like a cool fragrance. Boss Bottle, the brand Boss, to me make great max $40 type of fragrances. I know they've upped the game with Absolute and all this stuff, but like Beyond and stuff like that, a lot of their Boss bottled bottles are good no brainers, kind of like the $20 one, just one that you would throw in the gym bag and you'd be cool with, but nothing to rave about. Nothing to rave about. Absolutely. Bro, you on Insta? I am. I am on Insta. Should I make the Finsta though? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Bro, I can't even hold you. I'm slacking so bad. I really need to be up in my shit, bro. But this content creation really be tough out here from editing, trying to break it down. I'm trying to get in the TikTok space, hopefully, so we can get like the chats jumping for real, right? Cross platforms, all that good stuff. Um, but yeah, like what I'm trying to say is I don't even remember my Insta, but hold on, give me a second. I got you, bro. I appreciate the love though, for real. I'll throw the info just to throw the info, but it's gonna be Johnny Sense, JONNY underscore Sense, SEENTS. But you'll see something in there, and then you'll pretty much recognize that it's me. I think you have the same symbol on my YouTube as my profile pic over there. But yeah, appreciate any love, guys. Thank you for all the love, likes, and everything. I love you guys. You know what we do it for, man. Fragrance Familia. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We turn up in here. Man, y'all just wait, bro. I just been doing this like for little. Let me figure out this flow and wait, bro. I'm telling you, this community, this familia, bro, is gonna be jumping. I'm not even gonna be able to control it because it's gonna go nuts, bro. It's already going nuts, man. I'm loving it, bro. I'm loving it. Just it's only gonna get better. Facts, 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 facts. Uh oh. Uh oh. No. No, are we doing this live? Yo, I think we're doing this live. That's crazy. I think my mouse just died. That's nuts. Yeah, let's keep it pushing, y'all. Please don't buy that one. It's very boring. Oh, the boss bottle beyond? Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't buy it because boss bottles. I've had the white one, the boss bottle unlimited, which my friend says smells like a drop top man with money. And I mean, cool for the summer, whatever. But yeah, nothing crazy. You know, it's like a Marshalls fragrance to me. You know, not to diss the Marshalls. We love Marshalls, Burlington, and all that, right? But those type of fragrances are more like just kind of chill, whatever. Nothing that's really gonna get the honeys. Getting the honeys with the money, some shit like that. You know what I mean? Anyways, my bad, y'all. It's Monday, bro. Give me a break. Absolute worth your money. Absolute worth your money. I'm trying to think if it's that one or the elixir. There was one that I remember I tried liking and I could not like for the love of me. I think it might have been the elixir because I remember it was like maybe like 2 Christmases ago. And it sucks because the atomizer was broken, but I saw it at the Macy. I was like, "Ooh, bro, I need to try that one." So I fiend, and I went to go spray that thing, and it smelled like straight up cough medicine. Excuse me, sir, cough medicine? Yeah, bro, tragic, 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 tragic. I have the Hugo Boss Man EDT 75 ml. It's one of the best freshies I've had. Damn, bro, for real? One of the best freshies you had? Dang. Compared to what? Name me like two other freshies that you would put up with there that you'd be like, nah, this boss man is still up there because that's crazy. I mean, that's not crazy, but that's a wild statement. That's like, dang, it must be good. I mean, you got my curiosity. One of my favorite freshies, you know, other than this magnetic, which remind me we gonna watch a video of it. We gonna watch a video of it here soon, right? But one of the freshies that I like that's a little bit different. Have y'all tried this one? Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir. For him or the parfum? Slap, 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 and it smack. Woods, shower gel vibe. You get a little powderiness in here, almost like a little floral in the background, but there's none on the notes. Man, I wish I could show you guys. Hold on, bro, cause my mouse is fucked. Bro, they see, look. I said that the live was gonna be jumping. I said the live was gonna be jumping. It was gonna get turned, and we just doing this. And look, now they trying to cut off my. They trying to cut off my mouse, y'all. Ain't this some BS? Some bull, man. Y'all think y'all gonna stop the kid? Y'all think y'all gonna stop the kid? Man, stop playing with me. Hold on. I'ma find a solution. Just give me a sec. I'ma hit y'all with the Naruto move real quick. Oh, we turn. Oh, we're turn up in here, man. Forgive me, y'all. Shit. Trying to find shit up in here. Dang. Crazy up in here. Trying to mess up with my mouse. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Trying to mess with my familia, bro. Trying to mess with my peeps. You trying to break the mouse? You gonna stop me, player? Shit. My bad, y'all. Y'all just bear with me here. Let's see if I can charge this bit. And this is why you gotta make sure all your stuff is charged. All your stuff is charged, man. Oh, please tell me this is gonna work. But what's up, Fragrance Familia? Hold on, my boy. Shit, going nuts up in here. Check my DM. Bro, I don't see you, fam. Oh, shit. Yes, sir, bro. I just follow you back, bro. Yes, sir. Appreciate the love, my boy. Appreciate the love, Mutrabi. Let's turn up. What's up, everyone? It's your fragrance boy here. Beshmele. What's up, my boy? How you doing today, bro? Oh, snap. What the hell? Y'all didn't tell me about the can. Hold on. Sheesh, my bad, bro. Man, they was trying to get rid of my mouse over here, but we charging up. We don't care. We gonna turn up, y'all. We gonna turn up. Hold on. What's up, Best Smelling, bro? Last live was crazy, bro. Best Smelling really had folks up in here. He was spending some knowledge, right? And he was telling all of us about some different fragrances that you know, deserve some hype potentially. And we love that y'all here, man. We here for the knowledge. We here for the love, man. Bro, I love seeing a lot of y'all that we haven't been here before. It's like we all together now, bro. This is beautiful. I hope you guys are doing well today, man. For a Monday, I wish I could have some sound effects going on right now, but my mouse is a little dead. But hey, it's good. We Monday. We here, man. We got this. We got this. Oh my goodness, you will not like lots of them watch. Yes, bro. Probably not. I've been really trying to fuck with them, right? I've been really trying to fuck with them, but the few ones that I've had, it'd be like, yeah, it'd be a little sad. But don't fret though. Don't fret though. That don't mean nothing. Okay. What that means is that my nose at the time might have been a little, young, might not be used to a certain type of smell. So the deeper you get into this fragrance game, y'all, which is why it can get really toxic and hurtful sometimes, because when you love fragrances and smells and you really appreciate and understand more about the art and the thought process and the whole process in general behind it, you really do start appreciating fragrances more, especially perfumers, brands, right? Quality, these certain things. So it's always nice. Fucking fingerprint magnet, y'all. God dang, bro. If they ever want to catch me for my fingerprints for any reason, bro, all they would have to do is just catch me at home. They just catch me at home. Let's go ahead and stop this thing right here. Let's stop this thing. What's up, y'all? What's up? If you find Boss bottle smells like medicine, I want to see your reflection after smelling jubilation. I'm gonna do it just for you, cut. I'm gonna do it just for you, just to get that reaction because yes, sir. Actually, matter of fact, look, I got Dunhill Desire Extreme on the list, and we gonna add Jubilation 40 in the mix as well. But fuck it. Interlude 53, bro. You trying to kill me, my boy. We gonna do it for the lore, my player. We gonna do it. Cause I also say, man, don't knock it till you try it. I usually say something else, but I'm multitasking like crazy here. Don't deny. Wait, try before you deny. That's what I say. Try before you deny. Yeah, bro. The mouse ain't doing so hot, bro. Dead, bro. Dead, 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 dead. Scent of the day. Scent of the day, real quick, for those who was not here. The scent of the day was, believe it or not, is these bad Larrys right here. Have you guys heard of this brand? The Dua brand. Have you guys heard or seen any of these fragrances? You got the Rendezvous. That's inspired. It's the straight version of this. I promise you, they're like 90% close, 89 if you really want to kill me with that, right? But they're really similar in smells. Obviously, the quality and the YSLs. I'm not gonna lie. This for what it is, and for 1 ounce, it's not as cheap as you think. I think it's like $30 on a discount, right? For a one fluid ounce, it's good, bro. It's good. My only issue with it today was is that I think I may have oversprayed it since it was a hotter day and the room today. I don't know why the guys had the heater on for some weird reason, but it had my nose a little like, you know what I mean? Because it was just a little pungent, and the ginger, the fresh spiciness was kind of killing me a little bit. But I had a spray of that on the back of my neck, and then I had Royal Elixir, like straight, which is actually a Duo original. And one thing that I like about this fragrance is that I like to feel that this is one of the first elixirs to enter the market. Before now, elixirs is a whole shebang right now. But yeah, those were my scents of the day, and it was good. I was getting great wafts of it. I think still now I can get a little bit right, but extraits, they perform pretty well. They're very strong for the first hours, right? I had 3 sprays on, so like I said, that might have been a little too much for me personally. Um, but yeah, they were good. They were good. My rating for the day and everything, I would definitely give it at least a 6. The fragrances themselves, the wafts that I was getting was definitely very pleasing. Definitely reminded me, right, and made me appreciate. I was like, oh, like yeah, the Duo brand, like okay, cool, like this is a positive thing. I wasn't necessarily deterred or really like scrub this off of me, right? Other than the little sniffles, right, that I was getting, I think I blew my nose at least 3 times. That's pretty much my biggest complaint with that today, for sure. Scent of the day was Amouage Boundless. Just showered up and about to apply. Hey, yes sir. That YSL is a nice bottle. Yes sir, man. YSL. Like I said, Prada is up there for me. YSL is most definitely up there for me. Y'all don't judge me on them fingerprints, man. Damn, dirty ass fingies, bruh. Supposed to wash your hands after eating chicken fingers, damn it. Uh, my set of the day is Stronger With You Parfum. Nice, nice. I've heard a lot of things of Stronger You Parfum. I've heard that a lot of people like it. I'm sure it's a great fragrance. I have no rejections on that, right? I just believe that the Strong With You scent profile in general, right, might be a little overplayed. I am kind of excited about the Powerfully, I believe, the one with the cherry, because I do like me some cherry. However, I also heard that the cherry doesn't last long. But you know what I'm saying? Like the scent profile, the whole chestnut vibe, I feel like it's now starting to get a little overplayed. So it just sucks with the market, with business, and how they really charge, like, retail 120 plus, right? For something that I feel like they really should have made. It should have been like their third drop by the latest, right? But it does smell good. Stronger With You is definitely a great fragrance. Compliment getter. So many out there. You just guys try out the line and just choose your favorite one. Absolutely. If you like rum, I kind of like me a little rum. You know what I mean? So absolutely was more of my thing. I like the Devon in there, but Intense is cool. I like the original. I haven't had the sandalwood, but yeah, yeah. Stronger With You is definitely one to check out for sure. Just choose which one you like. Have you tried the new Dolce Gabbana elixir? What the hell? Hell nah. Man, I ain't tried no. There's a Dolce Gabbana elixir. You sure? I know there's a Dolce Gabbana. There's a Dolce Gabbana parfum. The one parfum, right? But what you mean by that? What you mean by Dolce Gabbana elixir? Oh my goodness! Did you just order the sample of those two? Nah, fam, nah. I should have. That'd be awesome. I'll do that. I can do that. Some live whenever I do it. Maybe when I don't run out of a topic or something. But nah, I added it to the list. I gotta add it to the wish list, bro. I got a wish list at work. Whenever I think of something at work, and I just take a picture if I want to go home and I need to remember it, and vice versa. If I'm here talking with y'all give me some knowledge, some game. I'm gonna add it to my notes here and definitely check it out. Lock that in. Blue Talisman is straight. I heard that one's a banger. I heard that's bust. Blue Talisman is straight. I heard is cool. I haven't smelt the actual thing. I've tried one of the inspirations, which is it Mojave? Is it Ahmed Magalbri, something like that? Here, let me look it up. Let me look it up, cause honestly, I need to tell you about this one, cause this one, y'all, was actually pretty slap, and I think it's called Azure Royale by Ahmed Al Makribi. But this guy right here, what y'all think about this one right here, man? This bottle, okay, right? Gonna say for men and for women and for men, right? Cool, right? I can see the bottle could go either way, right? But take a look at some of those, bro. So this right here, right? Pressurized atomizer. I'll bring it out next time, but that thing is a beast. That thing shoots. It's pressurized, great, bro. And this, I think, was like $40. I promise you. You get this fragrance and you smell everything. Boom, it's strong as hell, it's straight, good quality. It almost checks out, bro. This, because of this fragrance, I'm gonna check out this brand more. Ahmed Al Makribi. And this, a content creator said that it smells like Versace Dylan Purple for women, right? Which my girl has, and it's a great if you like fruity, sweet, musky type of fragrances, right? Fresh type of fragrances, which I do. Man, a great fragrance for a female. He said it was like blue talisman. This is supposed to smell like blue talisman with some of the Versace Dylan Purple. So I was like, okay, cool. Blue talisman, very popular, very cool, 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 cool. And then Versace Dylan Purple, which I was a little familiar, and I was like, okay, I do like the fruity, the muskiness. I was like, okay, okay, let's see what's up. So I got it for my girl, right? I was like, hey, baby, I got you some, but it's unisex, you know what I mean? So I may be rocking it too. But yeah, I gave it to Shorty, and yeah, this is a great fragrance. If you look at the notes, pear, right, similar to Blue Talisman. Some notes. Frisia brings a nice aquatic nature that I do like myself. Feel like that should be put more in men's fragrances, but I feel like you may see it more in women's. Rose, right? Rose, musks, and some woods. But yeah, cool fragrance. Shout out to Blue Talisman. I definitely want to try the real thing, and I want to try the X-Straight. I've heard the X-Straight might be better than the original. But you let me know, Dan. I'm looking forward to the new Givenchy Gentleman Sport. Ah, I'm getting. I think like I don't know what it is. It's like I'm getting some of this that I sprayed earlier, but it's not really stinging my nose or anything. But something is, and when I do this, it's like I get a whiff of that tea note, that cardamom that I was telling you guys. So it might be the spiciness of the cardamom. Damn, but hold up, let's look this up real quick. Gentleman Society Sport, because I think I already heard first impressions about this, which is cool. For most men out here, citrus, aromatic, woody, you can't go wrong with. Yellow floral, not for me, especially if it's a yangalang, ylang. It might smell a little too banana-y for me. But that don't mean it can't be for you. Look at that lemon. I love me some lemon. I love me some vetiver. Cedar would be cool. Narcissus, I'm not too familiar with, but if you like the gentleman, if you know about the gentleman, right? Their whole backbone has been for the most part around this Narcissus, right? But I think that now that I remember, this was the main um complaint that I remember from the first impressions was that it was very lemony forward in the beginning, right? And that like the lavender sometimes can just be a little overplayed, a little boring, right? Just kind of typical lemon woods type of aromatic type of fragrance and whatnot. The Narcissus is obviously going to bring that uniqueness. So if you really like the gentleman line because of the Narcissus, specifically because of the Narcissus, well, then, this is gonna be your thing, 100%. Don't listen to me. Go get that thing. What you doing? Hold up. I know what you're doing. You waiting for that discount. You waiting for the discount, as you should, as you should. Guys, nobody should be paying retail out here. I am a, you know, I'm I've done it before. It does happen to the best of us. It's one of those things where as soon as you smell it, and it just takes you, you just gotta run with it. You just gotta go with it and swipe that card. What did you miss, bro? What'd you miss? I don't know. What did you miss? Y'all let him know. Let him know what he missed. Little action, a little sauce. But you here now, bro, and that's all that matters. So you gonna catch up, and we gonna give you this knowledge. There is a new Boss Bottle flank coming out. Man, they always coming out with the new Boss Bottle, bro. They need to chill with that. Oh, the Dolce Gabbana K Elixir. We did talk about that, I think, right? Was it the Parfum? I thought they already came out with the Elixir, though. I might be tripping on that one, but yeah, the K line, unfortunately for me personally, I think it was the blood orange or something. I think it was the red hot chili pepper. There was something in there, some spice or something in there that I wasn't jiving too much. It wasn't making me too happy. So I'm not gonna give it up. I'm still gonna try it. I always try every time I'm in the store. For example, the new Gucci Guilty, the Absolute, the Gucci Guilty Elixir Absolute, not the Elixir, but the Elixir Absolute. Banger. That one smelled pretty good. That one smelled pretty good. And I remember not liking so much the Gucci Guilty Elixir Original, perhaps too much, because the orange flower can be a little too much sometimes, for sure. But I'm gonna check it out, bro. You know I'm gonna check it out because best smelling in the gang. The fragrance familia is gonna have you smelling good, good out here. Blue Talismanic Straight already got a dupe. I think it did. I think I heard one person mention something about it. But I'm gonna say nothing official yet. Until there's a little bit more glaze on it, I think it's nothing. It's all talk. The straight version is much better than the EDP. Eesh, much better? Interesting. I'll be the judge of that, but I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is because the original was honestly not that bad. But what was some of the complaints of the original? Maybe I think the straight is a little bit more mature, a little bit more rounded, right? Smoother. Mm-hmm. But let's go ahead. Let's run out one more video, and unfortunately, guys, I'm gonna have to dip ski. Yeah, boy, got work, and I gotta wake up early. But I wanna do this one right here because
Hello, welcome
talked
back to Y'all Smell
about
Better, the best fragrance.
we just talked about right. We just talked about how Cal Colognes, right? The Thriller number 6, how it was a little unique, not super mass appealing, right? We're talking about glaze, right? And we don't want unwanted glaze. We just want, right, the truth. So we talked about that. We heard my guy just smell better. He talked about it, gave his opinions, and we talked about how we had similar smells. Right? We agreed that this was more of like an amber resin leather, right, with a little bit of aromatics and some spiciness in the background, but mostly ambers and leather. So if that's not your thing, maybe not for you. But if it is, maybe one worth at least trying before you buying. And now in this video, based on the thumbnail, I saw the magnetic bottle, which I do have. And if you guys don't want to watch the live anymore, well, then I'll save you the trouble and I'll say that this is good. This is good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I like it a lot. This is in the beginning. I'll talk about it later, right? But this pretty much, in long term short, reminds me of Reflection Man. Some Reflection Man. Some Luna Rosa Ocean. And what was the other one? And here's the bottle, y'all. Here's the bottle, y'all. Cool bottle. This is the first one that I got from him, literally because of the bottle, because the bottle looked cool. And I'm glad that it smells damn near just as good. So yeah, Luna Rosa Ocean, Reflection Man. Oh, and YSL myself, because of the orange blossom. There's like a buttload of orange blossom in there. But pretty much Luna Rosa Ocean, some Reflection Man with with like a buttload more of orange blossom. And yes, so we're gonna go ahead and listen to this guy and let's see what are his thoughts, right? And see if we're in agreement on this one or if not. What's your thoughts on the new trailer, bro? Is it 1-to-1? Are you talking about this one, homie? Trailer or thriller? Thriller. Let me know if this is the one that you're talking about at the video. I'll let you know. But if it is this Thriller, 1-to-1, I've never had the number 6. I don't think that this will be exactly like the number 6, but I do think in terms of quality and everything and the way how he talks about it, and I believe Kyle that he's gonna, since he had his hands on this project, he's gonna make it as close to his liking as possible, especially for his fans. So I wouldn't say 1-to-1, bro, but I'd say that it's definitely gonna be up there. And for the price that this is, I think 40, max $50 versus the number 6, that's probably like 250 plus. I think this is one, not like this one where I say keep the original. Throw this one. I would say you may really want to consider this one.
Channel in the world. I got another big package right here. I told you guys today
Haha,
is the
big
day we're
package.
finally
Haha.
unboxing the highly requested aromatics fragrances. So I decided to get some of the more popular ones, like
I'm gonna leave the
as
link
so
of
many
the
more
actual video if
fragrances
you
and
guys are
addicts. I
actually
just wanted to
curious
figure
about
out how
watching
to
this whole
record this
video.
video. So
But I don't have the other fragrances, so I'm not gonna waste other people's time. And I've heard some of them, right? I just care about this one.
honestly, I'm confused. I thought I got frostbite or something like that, but I guess I got magnetic. Anyways, here we have the blue bottle. One thing is for sure, he really put a lot of attention
I
into
got
the bottle
frostbite
experience.
too.
And another thing, the reason why I
Jasada
really believe in
ambassador
aromatics
lovers.
is because the price is just so good, bro. Like, I respected a lot that he didn't get greedy. And I don't want to call every person who prices their colognes at $200, $300 greedy, like Curly Fragrances. And I'm not gonna hate, but like, come on.
Facts
Now I was
though.
gonna buy a bottle from Curly Fragrances, and then I realized it was like $200 plus. I'm like, I'm not doing that. So shout out to Aromatics
Facts.
for releasing some affordable fragrances for his audience. Let's see if Magnetic is the one that's gonna be forbidden fruit. Hmm. Okay. This
And
one
the
has a
magnetic
really synthetic opening. Just get straight up alcohol.
orange
Sometimes
blossom.
you get that when you barely unbox a cologne, but yeah, I'm basically just getting alcohol in the first sniff. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna like this one. I don't think so. This is just a normal blue freshie that you would get at like Ross, that you would get at like Marshalls, one of those $15, $20 colognes, and it smells.
Damn. That should beat his ass, bro. Damn. That's his thoughts, and he ain't lying. You know what I mean? When I first got this fragrance, obviously, like most of these, you just know, right? That it that literally after first spray, I shit you not, in like a day or 3 days, definitely by a week, you start noticing a change and a positive change for the most part. Where like the initial spray, like he says, may smell a little like the blend may not be the best, right? Where it may smell a little too synthetic or like a messy, right? But after a while, like now for sure. And honestly, in my first impression, it was a little messy, but it wasn't that messy. I feel like he's going a little too hard on it. But I get it, man. You gotta be a little aggressive sometimes. But if you look at these notes, though, really quick, these notes do look a lot like, if you guys compare it to the Reflection Man and the Luna Rosa Ocean, you'll definitely start seeing a lot of similarities there, not just in smell, but in those notes as well.
Just Aquatic tries to be a normal freshie for men, but it smells pretty synthetic and kind of boring. I feel like this smell can just be replaced by Versace Eros, not Versace Eros,
Damn.
Versace Mano Fresh, every comment Fitch
What?
fears, just normal, fresh, clean, masculine freshies. You know what I mean? Like just straight out the shower. It can be replaced by anything like this. So I don't find this one interesting at all. Even more boring than Sun Kissed. Yeah, I was expecting something good, but I don't think.
It's crazy, bro. It really is crazy. It is really crazy out here when you like a fragrance and your boy don't agree with you. But it be like that, man. Magnetic. Listen, y'all, I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? I've been in this game. I grew up with the cheaper fragrances. I think we all grew up with some Axe at some point of our lives. Old Spice. Then we grew up to like the Marshalls, the TJ Maxx, the Burlingtons. Before we become young bloods out here, and then we start really going crazy and spending all our money that we make based off our minimum wage on all these expensive ass designer ass fragrances. for the honeys. So, being able to experience all of that is why I say that this fragrance is really not that bad. I'll agree with him in the sense that to some, I could see this being a little too synthetic, right? Like I said, the orange blossom in the beginning is a big blast, right? The orange blossom in here is pretty strong, and a lot of times, like the Gucci Guilty Elixir and the Absolute, those can come off synthetic-y, a little, maybe messy, screechy a little bit, right? Um, but it's not bad whatsoever. I'm sure whenever he got the dry down of that later on, he appreciated it more. I'm sure he was like, okay, yeah, not bad. Definitely not bad compared to a bunch of other fragrances in my collection. This is definitely one that I would consider buying again personally. This is cool, man. I definitely have no regrets. I'm a fan of. It took the best parts of Reflection Man. I love me some Luna Rosa Ocean, right? And that Orange Blossom. I like Orange Blossom, so this was a cool fragrance for me, and I definitely like Iris. Has a fresh Iris, so it was a win-win banger for me. Yes, sir. But he says he smelled other fragrances from his line that I personally have not smelled. I did hear that he said that the Sun Kissed smelled more interesting, more cool to him. So I have been hearing a little bit of the Sun Kissed. So I think that might be the next one from his line that I may be interested in getting. It has pomelo, citrus, and some stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's my verdict so far on this. And it's funny because this compared to the other one, Frostbite. Okay, um, it's tough. It's tough. I could see some days, go one over the other. I would say I guess they're pretty close, almost neck to neck. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say I'd go with Magnetic more than Frostbite, but it really just depends, and that's just me keeping it a hundred with you guys. Facts. Bro, have you tried the new Dolce Gabbana, the one Parfum? No, but I'm going to. I'm for sure as hell going to. I gotta try the Dolce Gabbana Parfum. I've heard it smells great, excellent. I want to try the new reformulation of the EDP and see if it's as close as the original, right? Because if it's not, well, then I'm gonna need me a few more of these because they just discontinued this bad Larry. They just discontinued this bad Larry. They just stopped making Dolce and Gabbana the one EDP, the original. This one right here with the orange to black gradient, right? So if the new reformulation doesn't smell as close to this, I'ma need me another bottle or two of this at least before they completely run out, right? And they come out with the new line. And it's a banger, dude. I've heard that Dolce & Gabbana, the one parfum, is nothing but bangers, my boy. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to try that at the Sephora at the store next. And if I like it, I'm gonna sample it. And if I kill the sample and I run through that sample, well, guess what? I'm getting the bottle. Have you tried Nautica Voyage Intense? No, Nautica Voyage is cool. I had the original. I gave it to my friend as a gift because I think well, I guess compared to a lot of my other fragrances, I like to feed my team, right? So, yeah, I just gave them some sauce. I didn't really like it. I think for $20, I think is Nautica Voyage, right? It's cool, right? I definitely would put it up here in the same category as this, right? Which is cool. I like the mint in the beginning. It has a better opening in the beginning than this, perhaps. But I think I'd prefer the dry down of this much rather than the Nautica Voyage because this one right here is more classy, a little more sophisticated, so a little bit up more my alley, my speed. But if I ever get the chance, I'll definitely try it, but not one that I'm gonna go out my way really to go check out. I'm looking forward to the YSL Tuxedo 66 Patchouli. Nice. For what reason in particular? Are you really excited for the patchouli, or maybe a little special twist that they're gonna have with the tuxedo? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. What's up, my dude, Chris? Chris, what's up, my dude? Fragrance Familia in the building. Turn up, turn up. Thoughts on YSL, myself, EDP, and YSL, why EDP? Great question. To sum it down for you, and best smelling, you let me know if I'm wrong, homie. But my thought on YSL, okay, look, YSL makes some of the best men's fragrances out here. We just talked about this one right here. Great. I would go with this one over myself, EDP. That's just my opinion. Um, Prada, right, is another one up there with YSL in my opinion that makes some really good bangers. Okay, but we're talking about YSL. Okay, YSL myself, EDP, in my opinion, seems to become the new Dior Sauvage. When you see a lot of these rating of collections, um, these reactions and stuff like that, you see that a lot of people really do have the YSL myself EDP, and it's one of the most top selling men's fragrances for a reason because obviously a lot of dudes are buying this fragrance and it smells good, mostly because of the orange blossom. Orange blossom or YSL myself EDP is very similar to Gucci Guilty, the EDT, who did it first, in my opinion, and I think did it better still. But YSL myself is really good. It is what it is. It's definitely longer lasting than the Gucci Guilty. You know, it's got more amber, so it's a little bit more different, more unique, I guess. The Gucci Guilty EDT might be a little boring because it got the lemon, the orange blossom. It's just, you know, it might be like an overplayed scent profile per se, but that's the YSL myself EDP. YSL Y EDP, I think, is also becoming the same thing. However, compared to the myself, I would definitely much rather spend the money on the YSL Y EDP because you will get more bang for your buck. It is a huge compliment getter. Another very heavy and great men's fragrance out here. If I had to choose one and kill the other, I'm choosing the YSLY EDP and I'm killing the myself EDP. We don't like to kill, but in this case, that's what we're doing. We taking off the cap, if you know what I mean. But yeah, those are my thoughts. And this is me personally, bro. Right? No hate, no hate. But personally, because of those two, I would go with some other fragrances. I think there's some other fragrances out there that might you might be happier with the purchase because these fragrances as well are two big, very popular men's fragrances out here. So if you don't mind smelling like the guy across the room from you, well then it shouldn't be a big problem, right? If you don't really care about that, which is cool, it's normal, it happens, right? AKA Dior Sauvage. Uh, but yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But if you want to be a little bit more unique, you're like, nah, I don't want to smell like every other dude out there. I wanna, be a little more personalized with my scent. Well, then I think that there's better options out there for you. YSLY Le Parfum is my personal favorite, and I actually have a dupe of it. But for example, if you like myself EDP and YSLY EDP, the bottle might be a little, but this may be one that you may like. That's different. This one's also got sexy cardamom in there. So this is a great date night, versatile wear, just like myself and YSLY. So that's just one that I saw and I was like, okay, this could be up there with those two, kind of, sort of. You know what I mean? If you want to bring something different, this one I believe has rhubarb. Rhubarb. Yeah. I grew up with the Old Spice as well, bro. We understand that feeling, my boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's why we got all these fragrances now, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. If you like, bro, YSL myself EDP. I know. Some of y'all gonna be going crazy and be like, nope, boring, skip. But I go with this than myself because this has more ambers and it brings something different. Now, smell this before you buy it because you probably will like myself. EDP is more mass appealing, I would say, than this, but it's in the same space. So I don't think you would, I don't think it would throw you off per se. Bro, do you like the new Dior Homme Parfum or the old version? Which one do you prefer? Woo, that's a great question, bro. And this is a very polarizing topic because I feel like some people are not keeping it real. But I'll keep it real. I'll keep it 100 with you. Okay? I like both. I have a sample of the Dior Homme Parfum and I barely touched that sucker because it's rare and I just need to get me another one and hopefully I can get my hands on the real bottle, right? I do like the uniqueness. I like everything that it stands for. The fact that it has oud, but it doesn't smell like stank. It's like uh, a niche smell through a designer brand. Okay, I like that. The dude Dior on Parfum, right, is getting a lot of hate because it doesn't smell like the old version. Okay, I get that. However, you also get hate that the new Dior Homme Parfum smells very similar to JPG's Le Mans, right? Like the dry down or whatever. It's crazy how that's also a very popular and big men's fragrance. And people are kind of, it sounds almost like they're making fun of the fragrance. So it's very contradictory. So I feel like they're both really good smelling fragrances, right? I would prefer the older version because of the uniqueness, but unfortunately, because of how difficult it is and how pricey it is, um, it is going to be very difficult. I think the new one isn't really bad, right? I like the amber sweetness in there, and it's cool. It's definitely cool. I love the Dior Homme line. I fucking love the Dior Homme line. Shit's fucking great. I like Iris. Definitely one to get your nose on, in my humble opinion. I mean, god dang, dude. Sexiness, mysterious masculinity. Best of both worlds. Best of both worlds. Rayhan, Obsidian. If you like the new version, but you want some of the old version in there too, this one, Brody. Fortunately, not the biggest fan of this, but what matters is the juice. And man, oh man, I love this juice. I love this juice, dude. Straight sexiness, iris, buttery. You get some leather in there, right? I think that if the new Dior Homme Parfum had some leather like the older version had, I think it would get more love. But it goes on the sweeter, more modern, young esque uh, demographic, right? This shit's cool, bro. I'm glad that they came out with this, and this is one $40 affordable fragrance that I know for me personally, I think I will always have in my collection. They better never stop making that because I'm gonna keep buying that, and that's from an Iris lover. I'm a fan of the YSL Tuxedo line. I probably think this is new. 65 Patchouli is definitely going to be a banger from Over the Sharp Patchouli. I bet, bro. I bet. And I'm excited. Hopefully, it comes out soon, and hopefully, we get to try it out sooner than later. Facts. But unfortunately, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up really quick. Um, I did hop in a little later because I had to drop a video really quick, and then I was getting demotivated. But I was like, nah, dude, I can't do that, bro. I gotta do it for my peeps, bro. Best smelling, bro. Much love to you, Chris. Thank you for saying what you had to say. We had Dan was up in here. We had Fragrance Time 3000, bro. We had a great chat. Muthrabi was showing some love. I love you guys, bro. Everything's cool. I really hope that we can keep doing this more often. I apologize if you guys maybe if whenever I'm not there, it's most likely because I got something going on or I'm just away from my computer and my setup, so it makes it a little bit difficult. But we gonna be live. It's gonna be live, and We got this.
I got this. I got this.
I got this type shit. But yeah, man, we turn up in here. Opinions on Tom Ford. Opinions on Tom Ford, my boy. Look, like most designer brands, you really paying more for the designer than you are for the actual juice. So you're literally paying, like, think about, like, let's just say Tom Ford costs $300. $150 you literally paying just because it's Tom Ford. The other 150 is probably how nice, unique, and expensive smelling the fragrance might actually smell like. So you take that as you may, and you take that with a grain of salt. Not trying to hate on Tom Ford. Tom Ford is definitely a great fragrance out there. Shout out to Tom Ford and the style and the whole fashion team they got going on over there. They're definitely a very unique. I feel like Tom Ford is definitely a very unique person in general, which is what makes him, an outstanding guy, a unique guy. So if you like that, if you like what that brand, Tom Ford, what they have to offer and what they represent, you know what I mean? Then definitely want to check out Tobacco Vanilla, you know what I mean? Tobacco Vanilla, great combo. I haven't had the fucking Fabulous because I heard it smells like expensive baby wipes, but do I want to smell like baby wipes? I'm not sure. I'll wait on that one. And there's some other bangers too, from like the freshies that they have. But yeah, those are my opinions on Tom Ford. I think you can find better, more affordable alternatives that can get the job just as close as just as close and get the job done. If you feel and you don't feel like spending that type of money is really worth it. Because I truly believe in this year and years to come in 2026, guys, saving the money, right? There are ways to smell expensive without spending expensive money. I truly do believe that, and this is one of the reasons why this channel was created, is to prove that and to show that you can smell expensive and smell fabulous out here without having to spend fabulous money. Cause bro, we trying to retire early, my boy. We trying to get in that yacht, have them young mamacitas on there. At that time, then we can definitely get all the niches, all the Tom Fords, all the private lines in the world, and we good, gang. Have you seen the new Wild Vetiver from by Creed, bro? No, but I will definitely be interested in that because I do like Vetiver and I do like Creed. Creed is it is an old smelling brand, like an old money smelling type of brand, but that's my thing. I like smelling like old money. I like smelling mature. You know what I mean? Like I got my shit together, even though we don't always, right? But I do like the vibes. I do like the smell, and I do like the quality and whatnot. So definitely one that I'm gonna be checking out. There's a new there's a new Ultra Male 2. People say nothing new to line. It's a disappointment, as some content creators say. Yeah, that might be the Lamel Blue, maybe. I know we went over that really quick, and it had like anise or anise with some lavender and some ambers. I don't know. It might be one kind of cool, but it might just be another lavender bomb. So I'll wait till it's on discount or something before I start sampling it. How long do you get with the new Rayhan Obsidian, bro? Bro, it's ridiculous. Look, the Dior Homme Parfum, right, is a beast, is a beast itself. I mean, the longevity on that thing is nuclear. It's almost till next day, right? A lot of times we don't need till next day, right? We just need it for a long time of hours. This Rayhan, where you at? This Rayhan Obsidian, bro? At least 7-8. I promise you, at least 7-8, and that's still pretty good. Like not 7-8 weak, not 7-8 pumping, but not 7-8 weak. I'm talking about like I'll get back home from work and the longevity's still there, clothes, skin, good whiffs. It's not one where I gotta like really like smell coffee beans. Let me make sure I can smell it. No. It's good, bro. So for the price, like I said, for me personally, absolute banger. I would say 10 hours, something like that. But to be safe, for sure, 7, 8, 7, 8. I actually thought about wearing this today. That's how much I liked it. Even though today's weather was probably not going to be the best for this type of fragrance, but I do like Dior Homme Parfum. I like Iris, guys. Iris is very, very tricky to some people. It's very makeup-y or too powdery or whatever. But there's different kinds. You got like the thick makeup-y ones, and then you got like the fresher ones. Great stuff. Great stuff. Fragrance Time 3000. Peace out, my boy. Appreciate the love, my boy. Hope you have a good night. I'm about to wrap it up because your boys got to go too. So I'll catch you on the next time, my boy. Peace. Much love. Rest up. The new Dior Parfum is like the Lamel version. Boring. There you go. So I will say that if you find that boring, right? If you really don't like that, like as soon as you get a whiff, you're like, oh nope, that's Lamel. Boring. Get that shit out of here. Then you're probably not gonna like this one. Like I said, this is a good mix of both of the new version, the new Dior Homme Parfum, and the old version. Like I said, the old got like some of that leather. You won't get as much as the oud in here per se, and I think there's no rose in here, but you do get that leather for sure. The iris. You get some of those woods, the cedar. Um, what else is in here? I think there's like citrus, like a little bit citrus. I know. I think the original has like orange or something like that. It's good. It's good. But like I said, if you don't like that lamel amberiness, sweetness that it's got going on, there's some of that in here too. So this might deter you. But this, I like more than the actual Dior Homme Parfum version because this has that leather, that an element that the older version has that I do appreciate and I like, which is great, bro. But yeah, bro, stay safe, guys. Love my fragrance familia out here, man. Much blessings, guys. It's Monday. We're blessed that we're here, that we able to have this type of information. If you guys had any doubt whatsoever that you couldn't, if you had any doubt that you can't, well, guess what? I'm here to say that you can. If you have any doubt that you can't, always say,
I got this. I got this.
I got this. Fragrance Familia, we are signing off. This is your boy Johnny Sense here. Back with it. We came with a live. We gonna wrap it up. It was a great live today. Appreciate everybody, all the love, all the likes and everything. Like, comment, subscribe if you guys like this type of content. I'm gonna try to be here again as much as possible. Definitely on Wednesday. I'm gonna be here tomorrow more than likely. I'll try to talk more on the community tab and whatnot to keep you guys posted and whatnot. But yeah, any questions or anything, shoot me a message. All my messages and information should be there. Till next time, y'all. Peace. Good night.